Hello, kindergarten patriots. I am so glad to see you. My name is Mrs. Wright, and I'm going to be telling you guys one of our stories today. So remember, we're studying stories right now. We're studying the plot, the main character, and the sequence, the things that happen in the order of the story. So today I want to start with some new vocabulary words that we're going to learn. The first one is the word blazing. Blazing. Say that with me. Blazing. Blazing. One more time. Blazing. That means hot and bright. We settled down to read a book by the blazing fire. All right, the second word we have today for our vocabulary is chimney, a hollow passage that allows smoke to escape from a building. So for example, when Dad lit the fire, the smoke rose up and came out of the chimney. All right, the next word is the word huff. Put your hand up by your mouth. Huff. Can you feel that H? Huff. To blow air out of our mouth or breathe out heavily. My brother was so angry you could hear him huff all the way to his room. And the last word, puff. To make a sudden gust of smoke, air, breath, or wind. So you can see the train engine puff steam into the air. Okay, these are a few words that you're going to learn about today in our story. Today, I want you to recall the meaning of character and plot, and we will identify straw, sticks, and bricks. Okay, Chicken Little was the story we talked about last time that had animals as main characters, remember? Remember what the character is. It's the person or animal that the story is about. The plot is what happens or the events of the story. Remember that a plot of a story usually has a beginning, a middle, and an end, which means that the story usually has to be told in the order of what comes first, then next, then last. All right, I want you to look at this picture carefully. This is a picture of straw. Straw is usually the stuff that's inside animals' beds. Maybe you've seen straw before. Maybe you've seen it over at the corn maze. Straw is what we have right here in this picture. This is a picture of sticks. Okay, I want you to look closely. Sticks are kind of rough. They come from trees, right? And this is a picture of bricks. Bricks are hard material. They're usually made from clay. And when the clay dries, the bricks become very, very hard. Okay? All right, here we go. We're going to have a special story today. You've maybe even heard this story. It might be familiar to you. Listen closely to this story about 3 pigs who are planning to build 3 separate houses. All right. I want you to read closely. I'm going to need your help during this story. When I say, one of the pigs will say, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," then the big bad wolf will always say, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." Okay? All right, here we go. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who lived with their mother. One day, the mother pig said to the 3 pigs, "You are all grown up now. It's time for you to go out into the world and live on your own." So the 3 little pigs gave their mother a big hug and kiss and set out to find their own place to live. All right. They walked down the road and soon saw a man with a wagon full of straw. "Why, I could build a house of straw in no time," thought the first little pig. So the first little pig said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some straw so that I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the straw, and the first pig quickly built his house. He finished so quickly that he lay down contentedly in the shade to take a nap for the rest of the day. The other 2 pigs continued on their way. It wasn't long before they passed a man with a cart full of sticks. I could build a house of sticks," thought the second little pig. "It will take a little more time than my brother's house of straw, but It will be a nice, fine house. So the second little pig said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some sticks so that I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the sticks, and the second little pig set about building his house. He finished the house in a little while, and then he too laid down contentedly in the shade to take a nap. The third little pig continued on his way. In a little while he passed a man with a wheelbarrow full of bricks. "Aha, I could build a house of bricks," thought the third little pig. "It's true that it will take more time than the houses of my brothers, but it will be well worth it. When something is well worth it, it may not be easy to get or make, but it is very important or useful." So he said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some bricks so that I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the bricks, and the third little pig set out about building his house. He worked and worked in the hot afternoon sun, taking care to lay each brick just so. At about this time, a big bad wolf came trotting down the lane. He saw the first little pig napping in the shade of his straw house. "Oh, yum, 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 that pig would be a tasty bite to eat," thought the big bad wolf. But the little pig saw him coming and ran inside his house of straw, slamming the door behind him. The little pig breathed a sigh of relief because he remembered that his mother had always said that wolves were not to be trusted. Now the big bad wolf knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me come in." Do you think the little pig should let him in? "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," answered the first little pig. Say that with me. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the wolf. And he huffed and he puffed and he blew that house down. As the straw blew everywhere, the little pig began to run away. Rubbing his stomach and now feeling even hungrier, the big bad wolf strolled down the lane and soon came upon his second little pig napping in the shade in his house. The little pig saw him coming and ran inside his house of sticks. The big bad wolf knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me come in." Do you think that pig should let him in? "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," answered the second little pig. Say it with me. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the big bad wolf. And he huffed and he puffed and he blew that house of sticks down to the ground. The little pig ran away just in the nick of time. Now the wolf's stomach growled loudly. He was feeling so very hungry. Soon the wolf came upon the third little pig who had just finished building his brick house. The little pig looked up. There were two big brother pigs running towards him, and right behind them was the big bad wolf. All three little pigs hurried into the house of bricks and locked the door behind them. The big bad wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, you let me come in. You let me come in." Do you think the little pig should let the wolf in? "Not by my hair of my chinny chin chin," answered the third little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the big bad wolf. Well, the wolf huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed, and then he puffed and he huffed and he puffed some more. But he could not blow down that house of bricks. "You can't get me. My house is too strong," shouted the third little pig from inside his house. "Ha," said the wolf. "I'm stronger and smarter than you. I'm on my way up to the roof, and I will come down the chimney to get you." Remember, the chimney is what allows the smoke from the fire to go out of the house. Now the third little pig, he was no fool. He was already He had already guessed that the wolf might try to come down the chimney, so he already had a blazing fire in the fireplace and a big kettle of boiling water heating over the fire. When something is blazing, remember, it is very hot and bright. So the fire was very hot and bright. Thinking that he was just as clever as could be, the big bad wolf jumped down the chimney. Splash! Ouch! The big bad wolf had jumped right out of that boiling hot water and ran away, never to be seen again. And the three little pigs lived happily ever after. What did the three little pigs use to build their houses, boys and girls? Straw, sticks, and bricks. Okay, who are the characters of this story? If you said the three little pigs and the big bad wolf, you are right. What is the plot of this story? Pause the video and tell someone sitting near you the plot of the three little pigs. All right. If you said that the plot was about a wolf who blows down houses that were made of straw, sticks, and bricks, you are correct. At the end, do the pigs trick the fox, or does the fox eat the pigs? Good. What is the plot again? Remember, it is what happens, or it's the sequence of events in the story. Which houses could the wolf blow down, remember? The straw and the sticks, right? Which house could the wolf not blow down? The house made of bricks, right? Because it was very strong. Now, think, pair, share for a minute. Which one of these pigs do you think is the smartest and why? Pause the video and tell somebody you're sitting next to why you think that pig is the smartest. All right, did you share your answer with somebody? In this story, we heard the word blazing. The third little pig had already guessed that the wolf might try to come down the chimney, so he had already had a blazing fire in the fireplace and a big kettle of boiling water heating over the fire. Say that word with me. Blazing. Blazing. When something is blazing, it means it's very hot and bright. I stayed away from the blazing fire in the fireplace because it was so hot. What kinds of things do you think could be blazing? Use the sentence, I think a blank could be blazing because, and share a sentence. Pause the video right here and take a turn using the word blazing. I stayed away from the blazing fire in the fireplace because it was so hot. All right, here we go. Thumbs up or thumbs down. When something is blazing, you're going to show me the thumbs up. When something is not blazing, thumbs down. Here we go. The sun. That is blazing, right? The ocean. Not blazing. A fire. Blazing. Good. And ice. Not blazing. Good job, students. I hope you enjoyed that story. If you've heard that before, think about if it's a little bit different than how you've heard it in the past. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you next time.